Oh shit. Oh, I didn't see you guys there. Hello, welcome Slashers, Knifegrift here, and welcome back to my channel. And today is the day that I review Scream 2022. And I would have reviewed the other Scream movies to prep up for this review, but, I thought about it, and what is there possibly to say about the other Scream movies that hasn't been said? And so I decided to just go ahead and skip to this review, Scream 5, or Scream 2022. Let's get into this review. The plot synopsis for Scream 5, or Scream 2022 reads, 25 years, or as Chucky would say it, 25 years. After a streak of brutal murders shocked the quiet town of Woodsboro, Caliph, a new killer, dons the Ghostface mask and begins targeting a group of teenagers to resurrect secrets from the town's deadly past. So this movie was hyped up a lot, and I'm not going to spoil anything in this review. I'm not going to make a spoiler review at all, so don't even worry about it. I am just going to simply say, go see the movie. I know some people don't like the film, but I personally really enjoyed it, honestly. If you're a Scream fan, I feel like there's a lot of great things that came out of this sequel, or sequel boot, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'm just going to refer to it as sequel, because it's easier and it's less more confusing. But there are some things for old fans and some things for new fans, and I feel like they did a good job with the pacing. I feel like they did a lot of good twisted turns that threw me off quite a bit and had me just guessing the whole way through. And I felt like they really had that clutched. The cinematography, obviously, done very well. This movie was made by the same people who did Ready or Not, which if you have not seen it, that's another great movie you guys need to watch. Ready or Not is a fantastic movie, and I would recommend it. The OST obviously has the Scream vibes, which I think is very nice. Just overall, this movie to me felt like a Scream movie, which is good. It didn't feel out of place or anything. It felt like it belonged in the franchise. And we had a lot of returning characters, like Neve Campbell returns, Courtney Cox, David Arquette, and then we got some new people coming to the Scream franchise, like Jenna Ortega. She's in the series You and The Babysitter 2. And also Dylan Minnette, who is best known for 13 Reasons Why. And then Melissa Barrera, which is pretty much the main lead of this film. I felt like all the actors as a whole did a phenomenal fucking job. Some parts coming from certain characters seemed a little bit off at times, but it wasn't nearly enough to take me out of the film. There were some story decisions that were made, and I'm not going to go too into detail because, like I said, I want to keep this as spoiler free as possible because I want you guys to go see this movie. There are just some story beats that I don't particularly care that much for. I don't particularly hate, but definitely things that I think could have been different. But all around, not nearly enough to deter me from this film. And I should also mention that there's some comedy in this movie. It's just a little bit, and it's not really meant to be a big factor of this movie. There are some jokes that were put in this film that I actually had a few chuckles at. But I'm telling you guys, the comedy isn't overwhelming at all. I didn't think it was overwhelming, at least. And I gotta mention, Roger L. Jackson coming back for the voice of Ghostface. That's fucking awesome. I do want to mention that the writing and story is pretty good for the most part. Like I said, there are some story beats that I don't completely agree with. Though I will say that I do like some of the acting and the actors and the story in general and the writing. I will say that they should have developed these characters a little better, in my opinion. I feel like some of these characters weren't developed as well enough, and so I didn't really care about that many of them, honestly. And I feel like there definitely should have been a little more character development, some scenes to get us closer to these characters. Just at some points, it felt like they're just throwaway characters, because I didn't feel like we got that development from certain characters that I think that would have really benefited the film. But that's just me, though. Everyone's different, I suppose. Maybe some people thought that the characters were fine. It is one movie after all, and this movie was really fast paced. I definitely don't think rushed is a good way to describe this film at all, because I have heard some people refer to it as rushed, which it's just fast paced. I'm about to get to the scoreboard for this movie, but I just want to say real quick, there is one scene where I'm not going to say too much. The best way to put it is an appearance is made, and I got super excited about it. It was a great scene, and when it came up, I got super excited, and when you see the film, you'll understand what I mean. Let's get to the scoreboard. So let's start with the cinematography. I think that it was phenomenal. Great work from the people who did Ready or Not. I am super impressed with how this film was shot, and it definitely captures the old vibes of the original Scream movies. As for the music, brings back the classic vibes of Scream. I think they did a phenomenal job with the music here, and it sounds like it belongs in a Scream movie. It has that very dramatic sound to it, if that makes sense. As for the writing and story, I think that the writing and story was pretty well done, aside from a few minor setbacks. And they're not that bad really, but just some things that I think just weren't really needed. Maybe some extra explanations for certain things that happen in the film. And like I said, extra character development to give us a better bond with some of these characters. As for the acting, I think the acting was pretty damn good. There were some moments where some of the actors, I guess, were a little bit off, I guess you could say, but most of the time the actors were spot on. And as for the final verdict, I'm gonna give this an 8.5 out of 10. And am I gonna give it a Nightmare Crypt seal of approval? Fuck yeah. I think you guys need to go watch this film if you are a Scream fan, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I did. I had a lot of fun with this movie. It kept me on the edge of my seat. There were literally moments where I just couldn't take my eye off the screen. This film was very entertaining, and the Scream 5 crew did a phenomenal job making this movie. And as for the final statement, Ghostface says,
Wes Craven would be fucking proud.
But that'll be all for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more content, and definitely subscribe to become a slasher. All social media links and my merch just get below. Thank you guys so much for watching my review on Scream 5 or Scream 2022, whatever you want to call it. But thank you guys so much for watching my review on Scream 5, which means a lot if you actually do tune into this review, because a lot of people are getting their reviews out, and mine might come a little bit later, depending on when I get everything edited together and out. But all around, I appreciate you all. But I'm out of here. I'll catch you on the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching.
And don't forget to keep on slashing.